Okay, people, I really don't do video. I hate it. Nothing's changed. I don't do Instagram. I like to write on social media. And I don't mess about. So, I have to answer to Torbay Council and their abuse, which has been evidenced repeatedly after my complaint to them. I would like you to take into consideration Nightmare Neighbours Next Door, Series 3, Episode 5, where they absolutely stalked and abused Devon England police, an innocent woman in Devon. You can watch it for yourself. It was absolutely despicable. She was paranoid out of her head in the end. And she's like, you know, they were following her around everywhere. And I wear a body cam all the time. I've really had enough. Yes, I did have a glass of wine. I absolutely hate this. I could stand up in government conferences without a care in the world for who was there. But this is a different league for me. I hate the camera. So let's go. Because I want this out there. To be honest with you, I'm directing this at BBC Panorama. You can hear the creaking and so forth. That's my little prison cell, and there's a camera outside the door. Can you hear that? Well, anyway, so I have to live with this, and this is why. Let's carry on. I have no privacy whatsoever. So, Torbay Council are as guilty as sin. I used to work for Torbay Council. I was asked to work for Torbay Council as a development worker for adult education, and they are as corrupt to the core. And then I was asked to work for the Home Office and Criminal Justice from Torbay Council. Just take a look at Alison Hernandez, Chief of Police, Criminal Record, Google, and you will see where I'm coming from. And you will see even more because I'm going to pin it to my tweets at Lillypop Lisa Twitter and Lisa Rogue One Jedi Facebook. I am on Instagram, Lisa Rogue One Jedi, but I do have followers, but the reason I don't like the camera. So this is really difficult for me, genuinely. But I'm going to answer to Torbay Council and their reply to me, Kevin J. Foster, MP. Look at my, at the beginning of all this, just look at what he did to me at the very beginning. I am ex-Torbay Council. I work for Shore Stars. I worked with pre-release prisoners. I brought information, advice and guidance that went nationwide throughout probation, and this is just absolutely appalling, and it stems from police abuse, which was upheld in 2013. So let's continue. As I say, this is not easy, but hey ho, there we go. So Torbay Council, Country Esquire magazine, the councillor that fled to Manila. Look it up, yeah. Mafiosa, corrupt, unreal. So we want to, the reply is that they're going to investigate. Case officers have acted appropriately and in line with procedures. Oh really? Well, I think my number of calls to civil solicitors, dragged through courts, even to I've literally got a trail of records behind me that just needs to be seen to be believed. BBC Panorama. And if you don't pick this up, because there are so many people like me in this country being abused by the state, and I've had it since childhood. You know, you've done that care abuse thing recently. I fought my way through that from a tiny child, and I'm not giving up now. And what has happened to me in 2018, I can evidence it, and here it is. So here we go. Investigation if they acted inappropriately and in line with procedures. This should include an explanation for any delays that may have occurred in making a decision. The decision is, I was absolutely abused and I'm in a tiny cell now. This is it. This is just unreal. So, investigation into communication was not responded to and why delays occurred. Delays that forced me homeless, which is a whole long story. Investigation taken into consideration post-traumatic stress disorder, previous experiences of abuse. At 10 years old, I was put into the care abuse system, notorious British care abuse system. I stood up and fought every day. I fought all my life for justice. This is just another, what is it, chapter. It's been my life story, so let's go, because you are playing with the wrong woman. It just gets me, and I'm displaying a lot of anger on social media right now in my writing, which I recognise and I'm highly aware is exactly what they want, you know, is to get to you to such an extent. So I want to go publicly on my reply to you, Torbay Council, corrupt to the core. Let's go. Okay. Investigation into emergency accommodation where I was utterly abused. My 50th birthday was sabotaged. Domestic abuse, #party. You couldn't have picked anything better. I sent one tweet relating to that and had that you stole my birthday. You absolutely sabotaged my birthday purposefully, and you will be held to account. You're a despicable disgrace, and it's not acceptable. So, was Mr. McKevitt appropriate with his circumstances with regard to PSC taken into account when she was placed? No. And there are many records to prove, you know, civil solicitors are chomping at the bit to nail Torbay Council for the despicable abuse of people. So here I am, outing them. Investigate concerns raised by Miss McKevitt about Tusker Lodge Guest House, Torquay. Some great big massive nasty boxer, ex-boxer, yeah, picking on, there was only myself there and one other, and her name was, wait a minute, Lady de Rothschild. I won't say which one, I'll just say Lady de Rothschild, who was placed there as homeless because I was forced homeless, and that will be another video and it's coming up next because I have had a damn enough of this. And he pointed out to me, because you had to sign a paper every day, and that was the first thing he did, as my other video states, so I won't go into that now, I'll just link it in. But it was like, why is he pointing that out to me, and why is he bullying her too? You know, it's just not right. So have been considered with an update of boundaries of what can be shared, taking into account the rights of Gordon Carlo on Twitter and Facebook, and can be found under Carlo Gordon, who I've confronted on numerous occasions, who claims that his CCTV that he stalked me on and abused me with doesn't, it didn't work. I've got it in emails. And then I said, well, I reported you to authorities immediately because I've been followed for a year and stalked, and that's why I've got a body cam, as my other video states. So I then got another email back, evidence that it doesn't work. Oh really? Well, I've reported you to along with many others who claim the same absolute crap. You nasty bullying bastard, to be truthful with you. So yeah, internal investigation, Torbay Council, you can dream on. Gordon Carlo, you're a rat. Torbay, please. Torquay, please. Devon and Cornwall, please Police Scotland on my other video won't allow me to report crimes. That's a human rights violation. You are an absolute disgrace and you will be held to account. I'm qualified in law, ex-criminal justice, ex-home office. Don't mess with me because I was placed in my positions because I don't take no shit. So let's go. So yeah. Right. Deep breath. Because this is an offload right now, truly, to try and just, get it out there, expose them, and try to gather myself from the situation I've been forced into and take back control, quite frankly. And I'm going to. Investigation to be undertaken, dealings with Kevin Brown at Torbay Council. And he's the vulnerability officer who was placed by Torbay Social Services. Well, Danny Green was absolutely 100% in the middle of this. I made another YouTube video to say that I've reached a point of so much abuse by these authorities, as I was as a child, and no one would listen and no one would believe me for years, till it all came out nationwide, and it's going to do again because I ain't having it. This is not happening to me again, no way. Yeah, absolute scandalous cow. And she, for some reason, called in Kevin Brown, and I was advised that, oh, well, you've had a breakdown because the police battered you and mentally tortured you and electrocuted you. Upheld a police complaint, which is as rare as it gets, because report the police to the police. Are you kidding me? They're going to put their hands up guilty. Police the police. I was senior to the police, community sentencing. Don't mess with me. It's absolute injustice, and everybody every day faces it. And Lord Paddock of, police and crime commissioners stood up and said that the police must be policed. Okay? So, I'm just angry. I really am, and I've got every damn right to be. Because, who do you report criminals to when the police themselves are the criminals? It's not right. It's beyond it, but I'm game. Game on. Let's go. So, okay. I'll be as quick as I can because this could take a while. Kevin Brown, vulnerability officer, brought in by Danny Green Social Services, only brought in because I'm an ex-abuse victim as a child, beaten and tortured by the British state for 3.5 years, and went on to be part of the British state, unfortunately. Glad to be out of it. And it was nothing to do with this abuse, as they do, far from. I assisted people. I worked with the hard to reach, I worked with prisoners, and I worked with young mothers and children and got them into education and so forth. I did not have a hand in their filth. Absolutely not. I never would. Now I'm going to out them for it. It's just anger. Sorry. So, Kevin Brown, vulnerability officer, brought in on a blog by Danny Green Social Services, absolute abusers, whether information has been shared. Yes, it was. Inappropriately. Yes, it was. And that's why they're answering to it now. With other agencies, how dare you? Without my consent, behind my back. What do you think this is? Changling? Yeah? Because the police absolutely battered and abused me and gave me a mental breakdown in 2013. Your problem is I survived it. Your problem is I'm coming back after you. No messing. Okay? Good. Hi, by the way, I know you're watching this. You know you are. So, Mr. Brown's behaviour and method of communication has been appropriate and within procedures. Thanks to the free kisses, honey. Got it on text. You're not the only man to fall for my good looks. So I'm 50 years old and I'm a grandmother now. I've had men stalking me all my life, and I'm afraid Kevin Brown caved in eventually. Kisses, darling, sweetie. Piss off. One of the same, you're a man and that's the end of it. No, anyway, just Anyway, men, policemen stripping me naked and abusing me and humiliating me for sport. To hell with you. I've had enough, I truly have. And I'm like, wow, damn right. This has happened to anyone. I know there are far worse abuses in other countries, and I stand up for them 1,000,000%. But if I can prove what the British state do to women like me, grandmothers like me, and children as I was like me, then I can help others globally. Out them all. So we shall move on with my anger raging, and hopefully I won't spontaneously combust. Okay, so look at whether the decision not to change Miss McKevitt's housing status to no longer homeless reached correctly in line with relevant legislation. I changed legislation for every abused child in the British, in the whole of Britain. So you're messing with the wrong chick, okay? No, it wasn't. Compliance team requested comments. Okay, officers within housing. We're all a mob. The first person I got assigned to was an ex-policeman. I was bringing a police complaint in 2013 when they abused and electrocuted me and kidnapped me off the street after setting me up as the senior to them in 2005-4 and walking out without sustaining my character from court. Blatantly, obviously, set me up. Because they didn't want me to be the senior Home Office Criminal Justice. Let's get this right. And the detective, the detective was thrown out 2 years later for being a little nasty, sly thief from the elderly. I'm going to add this to my pinned tweet on Twitter because that's where all of it's going to be there, listed, video after video. I'm removing what's there now, and this is coming out. Definitely, I'm so angry. I'm laughing, but I'm just livid. So, right. Okay. It just gets to me. I had to flee to the embassy, New Zealand embassy I chose in Paris. Why? Because the police are far right. They're as far right as Tommy Robinson's army, and they abused me, chanting far right, racist, chanting at me, in the police station. The police sergeant, ringleader, my other videos express exactly what they did to me, and I haven't even started yet on what they did to me. I haven't even started yet, but I'll never give up on this, never. So after one meeting with Nick Holland, ex-policeman? No, present policeman. Alison Hernandez, criminal, many conviction, not yet asbowed or convicted because Kevin J. Foster and all of them are involved. Do not kidda. So yeah, we should continue. This will all be on my pin tweet. Laid out why a counsellor fled to Manila and I fled to Paris, New Zealand embassy because it got too much. They crushed me down to nothing and I had to run. So Nick Holland, policeman. So the member of the public told me he was a policeman and I raised a conflict of interest. And that was absolutely, I was utterly abused for it because I got wise to what they were doing. And then they refused me all appointments. And I'd been given a doctor's letter because after they electrocuted me in 2013, having been, given a lifetime of post-traumatic stress disorder by Dr. Duncan Vasey, expert forensic witness, changed British legislation, worked for years, fought for years for that since I was a child. And so my doctor, of course, what they did to me in 2013 left me in bed bound for 3 years. I just did. It was a case of a mental breakdown in the sense of I was agoraphobic because it was outside my door. The police, I lived over the road from them. The abuse that I received will all be, excuse me, that's my phone. The abuse that I went through will all be listed on my pinned tweet now in video format, ongoing, what they did. BBC Panorama, and if it's not you, any TV programme, anyone in the world, please follow this up. Human rights abuses, you would not believe it. A lifetime. The British state. I can evidence it all for you. So please, because you know what? When it's the British state, no one will listen to you, as it was when I was a child. Tell your social worker they're beating you and abusing you. Ignored. Years and years of it. So of course I'm annoyed. Of course I'm pissed off. Of course I've had enough, and of course I'll never stop fighting. Nick Holland, then being told about his police connections and advised professionally to raise a conflict of interest. And then I was just blanked. That was it. They wouldn't even communicate with me, nothing. Because I'd outed them, hadn't I? I'd found out what the game was. I was given a Section 21 in 2013 as well, which means there is no reason, there is no excuse. The police said, you've got to leave your home and you've got to go. So when I moved, I lived in the next place, the last place, before fleeing 3 times. This is all very, there's a lot going on. So I lived for 4 years in peace. Then I've got like cards and flowers. I was literally a major carer for the neighbour's child whose partner came on to me. I get a lot of that, so she ended up being a catty cow. But the child adores me, and I was a carer, a parent for foreign students for 5 years, one of the best they ever had. And in this report, they're trying to undermine me, and I just think that's Changling. How dare you? The police gave me a breakdown. I had agoraphobia, anxiety, panic attacks, couldn't leave the house for 3 years. No help. I was never under mental health services. I tried to commit suicide 3 times because they devastated my life and broke my mind that badly from when I was a child. It all came back. You watch these professional footballers breaking down on TV. It had an effect. Of course it did. I got through that, and I went on. I won Dragon's Den, qualified in law, changed British legislation, was asked to work for Torbay Council, was asked to work for the Home Office and Criminal Justice. I did not queue up for a job. I was asked. So there's the difference between me and them. And you know what they said about that when I raised it to them, when they were abusing me? She's grandiose. Jog on, because I'll tell you something else. I'm qualified in psychology and I'm qualified in psychotherapy, and your game is over. Don't you pull a Changling on me, because I recorded with my SOS video on my YouTube channel, from day one. I said to my doctor when I took this on, do not let them undermine me, because that's what they'll do. Changling. When you complain against the British state, they try to mentally undermine people. They, as I said previously, they put people in mental institutions in the 1920s, cracking the shield, the New York Police Department. I've had police trolling me from all over the world. Never mind England as well. Never mind just England. Iraq, New York, everywhere. And it's like, I've even got, it's basically, oh, if you don't like us, don't complain to us. If you get abused, and then they take to abusing you. You're not on, mates, you're not on, you're getting policed at the end of this. It's the last breath I ever take. The police will be policed, because you need to be. Lawless, Wild West. You're not on, not on. Murders have gone up tenfold. People killing themselves, hundreds and hundreds after abuse in custody. You can forget it. Absolutely. Excuse my ranting, but I'm damned annoyed. So I get back to the programme, because I don't like making videos. It makes me very uncomfortable. So the next available appointment was placed specifically on the date that Glasgow Police set me up. The day after, Torquay Police put me through hell in a kangaroo court after months and months and months, there will be a video link to that video going back to then of what they were doing to me back in 2018. Relentless life sabotaging, relentless abuse, relentless stalking. I don't walk around with a body cam capturing their activities as best as I can because they're so sly with it for no reason. Targeted individuals, spy cops. So yeah, here we go. I know exactly how they work because I was seeing it to them. Of course I do. And that's why I see all of government establishments as weak-minded psychopaths, because that's what they are. That's what they are. There's someone in school that got on your nerves, yeah, and they're still getting on your nerves. They're just sitting in power. So don't forget that, because that's a fact. I don't care what they think. I'm beyond it, and I'm beyond it. As authority said to me a few weeks ago, you are the product of what they've made you. Thanks. I'm happy about that, because you've got a problem now, and you can try and set me up some more, and you can do what the hell you like. I am going all the way with this. If I need to get an outside, I'm sure Russia Today and people like that, they are gonna love exposing the British government. So yeah, give me a call. Give me a call. Sorry for right. And relax. I need to calm down as I do this because I'm just going, wow. That's how I feel. It's been forced on me. So Nick Holland, police officer, became my housing officer after forced homeless on lies. Another video is going to follow and be on my pinned tweet about that. And boy, that is absolutely vile what they've done to me again, So we go to January 21st, 2019. The Housing Act ended the duty for accommodating me. They would not. They delayed everything. I've never been off the phone to civil solicitors. This is all documented. This is all recorded. Constantly, civil solicitors, shelter organisation for their rights, for the wrong. They have absolutely abused me every step of the way. And even Tusker Lodge, Gordon Carlo, hiding CCTV. That is with the access to data. They have got a specialised case on me because so many places have done it to me because I've been getting targeted. So we can evidence all this, no problem. This is the thing. When I was a kid and they done this to me, it was all I had to evidence it. So I'm well practiced. I have got evidence, believe me. And this holds enough in itself. So when I called in, as my video said, I'm going to call in social services because I'm getting abused in every direction. They won't give me appointments and so forth. I'm being lied about, defamation of character, so forth, as my other videos prove. Evidence. So where are we? Accommodation. So they would not give me my rights. They would not give me my rights whatsoever. I had to flee 3 times accommodation. Gordon Carlo abusing me. I'm a woman, come on. My grandmother, he's an ex-boxer, a big, nasty, horrible bully. And they want an internal investigation on about 4 occasions on this. You're not getting it. I'm outing you. I am outing you for abusing and bullying me, as the video of social services proves. I went in there and put it in the face, and I don't care. I've got 24 odd recordings in front of those so-called care support workers, Matt Hancock, yeah? And I got them in pleading for protection, social services, Torquay. All these care support workers, oh yeah, we're going to help you. No, they stabbed me in the back, and I got them on videos proving. Police investigation, reporting crimes. I'm going to reveal it all. I do not care. And if you don't like the fact that I'm going to reveal you for what you've done to me, take me to court. Because I'll see you in court. And I'll make sure the press are there to see what you have done to me. And why I've revealed it without your permission. Why I'm going to reveal all of it without your permission. You have to give consent and so forth. Yeah, stuff your consent, okay? I've got human rights and you've abused them repeatedly and time again. You can forget it. So, okay. I'm just angry, and this is why I'm making the video, is to just get it off my chest, get it dealt with, and move on to the next stage of outing them, but with less anger and more control over how I feel. because that's the whole idea, is to just get you to such a point. I'm in living conditions that I can't deal with. It's too much pressure, and that's just putting me where they want me on social media, going wow, constant, and that's not where I need to be at all. It undermines me, and that's exactly what they want. So yeah, I had to flee to Paris, to, like the counsellor who fled to Manila. I fled to the Paris embassy because of just the abuse just got too much. I just got up, walked out that door, and got out the country. I had to. I've travelled 10,000 miles to running, 10,000 miles, and run 3 times from accommodation to end up with a camera outside my door. And everyone now can hear every word I say as I speak. Every phone call I make, whatever I do, traced. Cool, that's really nice, thank you. Really pleased about it. So, Kevin Duffyhausen, Torbay Council, yeah, you again, yeah, my ex-colleagues, right, okay. Torbay Council, nasty behaviour towards me, and I got the social services in who gave me this care support worker, and I wanted him to come with me and witness what they were doing to me. And when I walked in there, this Kevin Duffy guy, yeah, he thought he was my boyfriend, and he continued to display his abusive behaviour towards me, which was just outrageously unacceptable, which was the very reason I got them in, to come and witness what they were doing to me. So it wasn't on my own. So my belief at the time was, I'll get these authority in to witness what they're doing to me, and they'll go, oh, whistleblow, you can't do that to her. No, this smart guy was cool actually, because I asked him, are you putting this in your notes? Yes. The rest of them, no. As my video proves, what they did to me as a kid, hiding the abuse, covering up the abuse, okay? So that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, okay? So yeah, he mistaken the guy, the care support worker I had bring with me for evidence against them, or as a witness. I'm qualified in law, I'm not stupid. Yeah, he quick changed his attitude when he realised, he said, oh, hello, Miss McCovers. Oh, hello, Mr. McCovers. Yeah, he watched everything you did to me. It was an absolute disgrace, okay? Got ya. So, right. I got a letter from my doctors because they'd given me the mental breakdown, literally, in 2013. My life was destroyed. I never left the house for 3 years. I was that damaged by what they'd done to me. Savages, pure police savages. And therefore my doctor was supportive of me because of my childhood abuse and what they did to me. Never mind being highly professional in between and winning Dragons Den, and you know, being asked to work for government and so forth and whatever. She didn't know that. She only seen what I went through, and she was like, okay, you're a priority, definitely. There's no way you're not a priority. And she gave me a letter minimally saying this woman is a priority. So yeah, basically Torbay Council absolutely ignored that. They left me high and dry. They forced me, I checked with my rights, because you can't be an expert in every area of law, and I'm not an expert in housing law, so what did I do? Pick up the phone to people who are, and they said they can't do that. They've got to deal with this. They cannot put you through the courts. They cannot, you know, they've had me condemned for credit. I don't do credit. I never do credit. I've never owed anyone in my life. No, credit blacklisted because Torbay Council refused to act as they should have done. As a priority, they should have given me priority. That I shouldn't have gone through any of this. So I'm running back and forth to Glasgow for this crazy setup by the police, as my other videos display. And, you know, it's just gone on for too long and too much. And I'm getting abused by these people, gangs of them. Long arm of the law. Do I know about that? And do I give a shit? No. Keep it coming. So yeah, Kevin Duffy informed me that he had spoken to Lisa Russell, Torbay Council, Sly Cow, and they're all behind a glass screen yapping to each other after I'd said that the police officer X no chance. Police officer was a conflict of interest. They don't just sit there and make me sit outside, answerable to them, and having no option, at their absolute mercy, to be not on the streets. And they were telling me I wasn't allowed to use social media, that I wasn't allowed to use my body cam. I'd already raised a conflict of interest, that he was not a suitable housing officer for me because I've got a complaint against the police. And there they were behind the glass. There was no wall, it was just glass. And they'd be sitting there laughing between each other and then come out and give an opinion to me. Kid you not, absolute abuse. So yeah, basically they have contacted the guy, Mark's support worker, who came as a witness, who they took as my boyfriend, who was not witness. I made sure he was there to witness. And Torbay Council's internal policy managers, providers, want to keep it internal. What he did to me was accuse me of being an arsonist, after my fire negligent landlord and the estate agent had been told for 2 years, Grenfell Tower, that the fire alarms didn't work and they ignored it all the way. And that's how the police became involved, and that's when they came round my flat and absolutely abused me, and that's why I got to Section 21. And it's just gone on and on, to the point of where my SOS video describes the conversation I had, as they bombard you to such an extent that you can't keep up with what's coming at you. My estate agent sued me for money I didn't know. My landlord robbed me and sued me for money I didn't know. Defamation of character, refused a reference. I accessed the data, excuse me, the lies that they told about me, gone. Kevin Duffy said I was an arsonist. I'm like, I just went down, started crying. Because it was like, if you call me an arsonist, no one will ever house me. No one ever will. No, you'd have to be out of your mind to give an arsonist a rented accommodation. Are you crazy? And I'm like, this can't be happening. What the hell is going on? And the reason I had no control over that was because in Elcombe Church Road, Torquay, right opposite my house, which I owned for 16 years, number 25, was a house fire with 2 children burnt to death, died in that fire, and they played with my children over at my house. And my greatest fear is fire. I'm obsessive compulsive disorder about it, and that's why I've been nagging the landlord and estate agent about it, saying your fire alarms don't work, your fire alarms don't work, but they wouldn't listen. And all of a sudden it's all my fault. All of a sudden I'm getting made homeless. All of a sudden I'm being abused. All of a sudden the police are abusing me again, and I'm making complaints against them, and I get made homeless. And they won't give me the fire report. Why? I've tried and tried and tried with Torbay Council. They will not give me the fire report. Give me that fire report. Give me it, okay? You're not getting out of it. I want that fire report, okay? I want it. The landlord robbed me of my deposit, as they did in 2013, but I was just too... I had anxiety. I didn't... I'm going to state it, as I say, video by video, because I have to do it in sections, because there's that much bleeding happened to me. It's unfathomable. And that's what, as the SOS video says, they do it on purpose, so you can't keep up with the complaints against the state, so you can never win. Well, you've got your hands full here, because I'm still coming at you and I'm never going to stop. So, continue, whilst I go mental about it. Lisa Russell, Nick Holland, guilty. In the other room where they discuss these matters, that I have post-traumatic stress disorder since childhood, and outrageously, I was, as I said, a forensic witness for my changing legislation. They actually came in as housing officers, dim-wit, stupid housing officers from Torbay Council, an ex-copper, no education, some silly cow, Lisa Russell. Who is she? I used to organise the whole of Torbay Council. housing for ex-prisoners and so forth, and this silly little cow comes in and goes, well, we're arguing whether you've got post-traumatic stress disorder. What? Are you serious? So you're saying that you're qualified to say whether I've got post-traumatic stress disorder or not, and therefore you're telling me that I'm not a priority as medically evidenced by my doctor. You are making me fight to say against you with no education in this matter, with no qualifications in this matter. You're telling me on your uneducated opinion, daft, stupid, uneducated, unqualified opinion, that I'm not a priority over and above my medical doctor's opinion. You know, it was just unfathomable, and it was just like, you are joking now, aren't you? You really are joking now, aren't you? And this is the kind of bullshit they were making me fight on a daily basis. For anything and anything I ever wanted, this is the bullshit they were giving me. It was just coming from every angle, constant, running back and forth from Glasgow, no money, nothing. I went out without food, I'm getting made homeless, I'm getting dragged through court, I'm getting robbed by everyone, I'm getting character defamation. It was just unreal. Unreal. So yeah, no wonder I'm bloody ranting, because I'm absolutely fucking raging, and I won't deny it. But I will get back on top of it all, and this is a process of doing that, so please bear with me. So, okay. Really. So let's see. Yeah. Sorry, I apologise. Give me a moment. Yeah, it broke me, and that was the design to break me, because I'd just been talking about the kids who came through on one of my medium messages, and they're reading my social media. Don't kid me, you know, they troll me, so of course they're reading my social media. And for him to pull that I'm some kind of a fire risk, or, you know, it was just, that's me. I'm doomed. I will never ever be able to secure accommodation anywhere ever. Never mind my absolute sabotage by negligent landlord and estate agents. It was just abuse from every which way, just unreal. So, Housing Options apologised that you felt distressed by your housing officer's calls to you. He was absolutely abusive to me, Kevin Duffy, and I said to him, I'm sorry, I feel truly anxious about that. He was being really abusive, and I'm like, we need to end this call now. I'm telling you now, I feel stressed, I feel anxious, and I feel abused, because I was at these people's mercy. I had to be reasonable and decent when they were not. And he just continued giving me absolute loads of shit, basically. So I repeated again and said, excuse me, I feel extremely anxious and distressed at this phone call. I wish to conclude this phone call now. No chance. Abuse, all abuse. So, sorry, prevention. Yeah. So they're wanting an internal investigation yet again, not Gordon Carlo. Now Torbay Council also want an internal investigation after the care support workers obviously evidenced that he abused me when I broke down crying and totally broke me into pieces when he called me an arsonist. On the phone call, Gordon Carlo, so we're now talking 3 cases of evidenced abuse by Torbay Council towards one grandmother with post-traumatic stress disorder who was refused priority, and we're involving now how many? 5 Torbay Council housing officers in gang abuse. So it's all on paper, body here, and that's why I'm making this video, is to absolutely out them for what they're doing. You're not having an internal investigation. You are getting that investigation out to me on paper, and you're getting that file report out to me as well. You think I'm going to lie down and take this? You think again. You think again, okay? You have abused me beyond belief. You have abused my every right. You have abused my every human right, and I can evidence it. Don't mess with me. That I was asked to work with ex-prisoners and in prisons, because I take no shit from no one. I take no shit from you, okay? Straight up, ask to work for seniors the police, because I take no shit from them either. No shit. You can batter me, you can do what you want, but I don't take no shit. I will come back at you. So, 3 cases of evidence, internal investigations, a counsellor that fled to Manila, nightmare neighbours next door, police abuse, the long arm of the law, Alison Hernandez, the police officer, housing officer, and here we are. Okay, so it's looking good now for them, isn't it, Torbay Council? Hi. Kevin Brown, Kevin Duffy. Kevin Duffy. Kevin Brown, rather, yeah. Oh, wow. He was sending me texts, honestly, and he was just absolutely, you know, when I was just getting dragged in every which direction and facing injustice in Scotland, it was just unreal, and trying to deal with the bailiffs are coming, I'm getting accused of lies, and I'm getting called an arsonist, and I'm getting bullied in front of social services, and they're stabbing me in the back as my videos prove, and trying to report crimes, and no one will let me report crimes. And that bastard Kevin Brown, right, was sending me stupid texts just to add pressure to me, and I'm going, anyway, to finalise that one, the true facts, they have no mention here that Kevin Brown, brought in by social services who also abused me, on video, because I went in the office and put it in the face and proved that they didn't make any notes on all the stuff they'd witnessed of me being abused by the police, by them, by Torbay Council, all of them, yeah, that they weren't putting it in the notes or nothing like that. Absolute scandalous abuse, yeah. And Kevin Brown, they suggest here that he acted appropriately and in the correct manner. Well, I've got 3 kisses on a text at the end of it all, so it says to me how inappropriate he was. Gotcha. Got ya. You can't be more inappropriate than that as a professional, truly. Professionalism is learned. I learned to be professional when I was younger, years ago, yeah. And that is absolutely unacceptable. Just that in itself, that one act in itself sums up my the behaviour from Kevin Brown, Torbay Council, towards me. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Okay, argue down the court. Argue down the court, yeah. So he wasn't on my case all the time, then no. Okay. Okay. How's it look to anybody else, people? How's it look to you? Because I know how it looks to me. I've had it all my life off men. Reject them, you get shit. You know, and that's all I've ever had. Women get jealous at neighbours all my life. That's all I've ever had. Kevin Brown, guilty. So that's 6 cases of Torbay Council gang abuse, and the videos prove it. It's not an ET video of an extraterrestrial. Okay, Caroline Dinage, let's get this straight. Don't mess with me. That's why you asked me to be employed by you, because I will not be messed with. And even though I'm just really, really, really raging right now, at least I'll get this video done and it'll be out there. Thank you. And then I can move on and calm down a bit, because I know it's out there and you've been exposed. You are not having internal investigations. This is coming out. I want it all out. BBC Panorama, foreign television programme, please come and take my evidence. Look into my case. Investigate. You're going to have one hell of a story. I swear to God. Believe me, you really will. Or I'll get there myself, I tell you. I'll get there myself. So, thanks to the kisses, Kevin Brown. Vulnerability. I wonder what he's doing with people who are lesser. Women who are lesser intelligent than myself, yeah. Vulnerable women. Homeless women, yeah. What did he have to do to get a house in place, Kevin Brown? No jokes, yeah. What could possibly be going on with people less intelligent than me? That is my question. Matt Hancock. And I'll just continue, shall I? Because this is the thing. It's an outrage. You know what I mean? You can't be doing this to anybody. Not just me. Anyone. I stood up as a child and I'm standing up now, and I don't care if you absolutely sabotage and destroy me again and again and again. I will not accept it, not just for me, but for everyone. People, you know, the people far less intelligent than me are victims to these kind of people. Torbay Council, Devon and Cornwall Police, not on, not acceptable. Right, okay. So, let's see. There's just so much stuff here, there really is. They're just suggesting that the medical letter that was provided by my doctor didn't state that, you know, they asked me every specific little tiny factor of my life, so down to what I buy for shopping, what I spend, what I do, where, everything they could possibly know of me. And then they took that information and abused me. They'd done everything they could to make things as difficult as they possibly could for me. And the numerous amount of calls I've made to agencies across all of 2018, evidence everywhere, they say. So they say basically my doctor's letter was minimal, suggesting, you know, what my real needs were, which they failed me on entirely, which led me from abuse. I was being bullied and abused genuinely, repeatedly. I fled 3 times in the end. I ran to Paris, Human Rights, New Zealand Embassy, because it was just like, what the hell do I do here? You know, this is authority. Who, as my SOS video says, who do you report them to? A friend of mine for years, who do you tell, Lisa? Who do you tell? I don't know. I've just got to run and fucking pray, you know. That was where I was at. It was just too much. And that was what, you know, it led me to flee and make the video I did. So yeah, basically they say that it didn't highlight my medical needs in the respect of, they're just being bullshitters. But basically, they shared information on me. Kevin Brown again, right? It says where is that actually? I'll come to that. Hang on, because there's class, honestly. Thank you for your complaint regarding Tusker Lodge Hotel, Tusker Lodge Bed and Breakfast, Torquay. Gordon Carlo Gordon on Twitter. I confronted you several times because I'm not allowed to report crimes to the police. You sabotaged and utterly abused me, purposefully and specifically domestic abuse on my birthday, including Lady de Rothschild, who was present there at the time also. You absolutely abused me, as my other videos explain, through using CCTV and intercom, yeah, and you absolutely destroyed my 50th birthday on purpose. Domestic abuse party, #party, yeah. Well, you're not getting an internal investigation either. You wouldn't answer me on social media when I directly confronted you, and I wouldn't have to directly confront you on social media if I was allowed to report crimes. But when I upload the 24 odd evidence crimes that were witnessed, and even the social services and care workers are sitting there brought in specifically to witness what was going on, getting gang abused, unable to report crimes, yeah, they're getting exposed. I'm going to make a video up, I'm going to expose it all, okay, that's coming. So yeah, Gordon Carlo, you're getting exposed too. And yeah, you're on the access to data, the CCTV, along with a list of people hiding CCTV of abuse against me, all 2018. Don't try it with me, mate. Don't try it, yeah. Big ex-boxer fanny the off, yeah. To be truthful though, it's just like, I'm not having it. I'm not scared of no one, you idiots. Not any of yous. I'll take yous all on, and that's exactly what I'm sitting here doing. So, moving on. Right, okay. If this happened to you, you would be on the floor having a mental breakdown, I swear. And that's what got to me. I looked at one of the videos when I seen the state of me on one of them, what they'd done to me, you know. I was just so thin, drained and wiped out. It's cruelty beyond it, absolute abuse, human rights abuse. So yeah, hang on. With regards to the issue raised about the involvement of Kevin Brown, kiss, 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 mwah, these were amongst issues that are not the responsibility of Torbay Council, and you were advised to contact the trust. Trust you as far as I could spit. And I never spit, and if I did, I wouldn't be able to spit far. Okay? Mark Hancock, BBC Panorama, yeah? Okay? This is how corrupt they are. I was too life-sabotaged to manage anything in my life, running for Glasgow, trying to stop them falsely imprisoning me. Thank you, social media, because if you hadn't done that, I would be sitting in prison right now with a shut mouth, because that's what they wanted all along, get me off social media, antagonise me to death, so I'm just like a raging bull, as I am now, to be truthful with you, trying to be. This is why I'm doing this video, is to just get it out, off my chest, tell everyone what's going on, tell everyone what's happening, plead for bloody help again. There's text after text after text, go and help me, just protect me to social services and all these people, and all I got was stabbed in the back. Just pure abuse and stabbed in the back. That's like, you know, you who do you fucking trust after that? Like, you know, and after my childhood, I have to protect other people in what I'm doing. That's what it's not only for myself. It's truly not. Yeah, so thank for your help. Sorry for your complaints, Kevin Brown. It's not the responsibility of the council. You were advised to contact the trust if I had been running back fucking 10,000 miles across Europe from Glasgow, 8,000 miles there and back on false charges. I would have been able to deal with this shit and everything else. So here I am dealing with it now. Therefore, the investigating officer has got more to investigate now, okay? That's why I'm making this video. Consider the issues generally as identified above rather than specific elements of your letter. His response is as follows. Basically, when I made this complaint, the anxiety, the stress that caused me, I just went of everything, you know. Now I'm in a position, and hopefully that it will stay this way, where I'm in a position where I can go, right, this and this, rather than getting followed I've been followed since I fled to Paris. Thank God, really. Not thank God. Come and follow me, because you'll be on my body cam, as you learned the hard way. Come and follow me, because I'll never stop wearing my body cam now, because it's an absolute necessity, and I should have been wearing it in all these meetings. Okay, I had the respect to take it off. And you told me to take it off, yeah? Why? Because you could abuse me. You're not getting away with this. You're truly not. So yeah. So you've got a lot more to deal with, investigating officer, because I haven't even begun with my complaints. I was in a state of pure anxiety and absolute extreme distress and stress. I was, oh my God, I looked horrific, and I'd lost so much weight. I'd actually starved because I didn't have any money. I couldn't eat because I couldn't afford to eat, because I was spending every penny I had on running to Glasgow. So yeah, we haven't even begun with this one. We've got a long way to go, and I'm not giving up. I am like a staffed bull terrier with a lockjaw. Get used to it. This is coming out, all of it. No internal investigations. Forget it. Kevin J. Foster MP, you snidey little sidekick, called me up, yeah. You look on his feedback, Kevin J. Foster, when this all began and what I said about it back then. And then when all this kicked off and his name got in the limelight, Kevin J. Foster MP Torbay again, yeah? And he thought, oh shit, I'm going to look in the shit now for not fucking acting, for not doing anything, right? Then his sidekick, one of his main guys in London, phoned me up and went, well, we're not dealing with this, and we're not. That's what he was like on the phone with me. We're not dealing with this, and we're not. Here's a for me once again, to give Kevin J. Foster MP access to data to my personal information, which he absolutely abused the first time round. Do you think I'm fucking stupid? That ain't gonna happen again. I'm gonna out you two, Kevin J. Foster and your sidekick. There's one thing with me. Everything gets written down, and I got your name, and it's gonna be coming up at a later date. Thank you. I've got the letter right there from you. Okay, coming up. You're not getting away with it. Alison Hernandez, Torbay Council, Kevin J. Foster, gang. Pure gang. And I'll prove it. So yeah, it's great. I love anti-corruption. I really do. I'm made for it. I'm made for it. Because I just keep hearing more and more new stuff, and it's all going to be on my pin tweet at Lollipop Lisa Twitter. You know, you see all these videos on YouTube now, Hugh Joke and Police Scotland, and the abuse and what they've done. Well, bloody hell, they've done that to me as well. And BBC Panorama or any TV station wants to take a look into this, because I tell you what, the British state, the British authorities are answerable, covering up all kinds. It's not acceptable, and it's not going to continue. Over my dead body, quite literally. This video's gone on forever now. I wish I was at the end of it. So it's not a responsibility of the council that some freak worker for vulnerable people is blowing kisses at me, right, you dirty perv. We're going to have to sort that. Right, and social services, you dirty skanks, got his own video. Absolute abusers, well done, round of applause. Right, so it gets interesting here. Social services brought in that Kevin Brown who was blowing kisses. I pulled that social services at the very beginning when I made the YouTube video and said I was bringing them in. I was being abused in Glasgow in the Clyde hostel, and I phoned them up the day I was in that cause, and they were trying to set me up again, which states in my video, yeah. And Clyde hostel, and they said, you're on this computer to be targeted. So that was like, oh my God, that's what happened to me in your hostel, and that was why I was in the position I was in. So it's like, as my videos express, I'm like, what the F is going on? Targeted individual. So I called this Danny Green, yeah, social services Torquay, who arranged this Kevin Brown blowing kisses at me over text, got the evidence, abused me all the way. So that's 6 of them in Torbay Council have gang abused me, as my video clarifies. So it's Police Scotland, the Police Torquay, Devon England Police won't let me report crimes. 24 over more videos, witnesses, all kinds of proof that too. So yeah, I called in this Danny Green, and that was where I just went, you cow. She was absolutely abusing me when I'm screaming, protect me, they won't let me report a crime. The amount of involvement these care services, social services, Matt Hancock have to do with this is vile. It's an absolute abuse on anyone in any vulnerable position, whether you're an old person, whether you're a baby, you're going to be outed. You're going to be outed. So yeah, she then started to ignore me. She'd made this appointment where I was supposed to be getting this help. This is the carrot donkey I was given. Oh, well, you know, you've been made a priority now, so it's going to be okay, and you get housed, and your doctor's supporting you because of what happened to you with the police and so forth. And no way, it was just like, she absolutely abused me as well, and then she just ignored every call. So I had another authority call her, probation, who I used to work with. I had someone call her and say, well, okay, you made me this appointment. This is supposed to be my big saviour appointment. So I didn't know who it was with, didn't know what it was about. That was all my information I was given at the time. So I said, well, I may have told you straight and rightly bloody so. You're supposed to support me, you're supposed to protect me, and you failed me in Glasgow when I was in that kind of a situation. And she wasn't happy because I told her straight and put her in a place. So she ignored me completely. So I had this appointment, and I thought, I can't afford to miss this. So I got someone in probation to make that call to her to say, okay, I texted her and said, right, I may have told you straight, but this is unprofessional. When is that appointment? Where is that appointment? And who is it with? And she wouldn't answer. So I got probation to call her, wouldn't answer. This is what I'm dealing with. So then I had to go kamikaze, enter the building because I was an ex-professional, come on, I worked with these people. So I arrived at 9 a.m. and as soon as the buzzer went on the door, I walked straight in with the staff, portraying myself as staff because that's what I used to do anyway. So no one suspected a thing, whereas it would have been alarm bells for anyone else. I think that's quite funny. I just went like that. Hi, yeah. Walked right in with them as though I was one of the staff. Went up the stairs, went, can I speak to Danny Green, please? At the exact time of the appointment, exactly where I was supposed to be, with who the hell I didn't know, and ended up with this woman abuser, Kevin Brown. That's where the story continues on to. So yeah, this is the kind of thing I was dealing with. Yeah, thinking on your feet was not, and I wish I'd never even gone, but this was what was going on at the time. This is what was going on at the time. And then they all witnessed me being abused by, wasn't allowed to report crimes, and being abused by 6 different people, Stafford, Torbay Council. Is this evidence? Internal inquiries that are not going to be internal, they're going to be external. I want to know exactly what you're doing about them people who abused me, and it just links them all in. So yeah, here I am sitting in one room with a camera outside my door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a camera inside the door. Do you know what I mean? That's what the situation's like. This place is run by Torbay Council, and here I am. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we'll move on from that. So that's why I'm making the video as well, because I shouldn't bloody well be here, but by a long shot I shouldn't be here. It's absolute outrage, and that's why I'm raging. So yeah, pretty much trying to scan over. So then we go on to this. Rhiannon is on the abuse video, and there's going to be a whole individual video made on her and what she did to me. Devon England police and her, Kevin Brown involved. They misinformed me. They told me, we're going to help you with finances to move your stuff, and we're going to get you storage. They were, oh, just apply for that form. So I went, I was like, well, I can't afford to make a mistake. I'm running back to Glasgow and I'm doing this. What is it, this form or is it that form? To be accurate, I needed to be accurate. I didn't have time to make a mistake. And they were, oh yeah, that form. So I went off and applied for that form. Taking their word for it. It was sabotage. They've misinformed me. Oh, it's a mistake. I had to force and apologise out to them. Oh, he apologised, they said on this. Yeah, because I forced him to apologise. Just go and look in your bank. Go and look in your bank. I had to arrange with the removal guys, yeah, to turn up at stupid o'clock in the morning before the bailiffs come, because I've been forced through. I shouldn't have even gone through all of this. None of this. As I've been advised by shelter organisation repeatedly. It was just, and these guys will witness what I had to do, because these mugged me off and were just laughing at me going, yeah, go to the bank. Knowing they told me on misinformation, social services and Torbay Council to apply for a certain form which was totally inaccurate, and then taking the piss and going, yeah, it's in your bank. No, day after day, no, running to Glasgow, no money, couldn't eat, no. No wonder I was away from Stray making that video looking horrific and stressed out, like literally stressed out my mind. They've damaged me beyond it, and they're not going to get away with it. So yeah, that's what else they did to me. I had to sell, rather than them do what they were supposed to do, as the civil legal aid and so forth said to me, that they have taken you to the 11th hour of everything that they are officially supposed to offer you, and made sure that they have given you F4 until the last second, which keeps them within the law of absolute discrimination. And that's all I got of them. Abuse and discrimination. 6 of them are evidenced in this paperwork. 6 of them. Yeah, I'm a grandmother. Yeah, I have a disability which the state gave me, and they did that to me. That kind of a level of sabotage and abuse is just, no wonder I've done a run into Paris, you know, and that was another, what, 2,000 miles on top of like just pure running for my life, same as the council who fled to Manila, for God's sake. In 2005, I got up, walked out of a court without sustaining my character, got on a plane to India, and I thought, I've had a fucking enough of this, I've got to get out. And that was because I was made senior to Devon and Cornwall Police. And they didn't want me as senior, so they set me off. Because I'm from Liverpool, basically, they didn't like me. Well, you're not going to like me even more after I'm done with this, I swear to God. Because it's going out there, not to me. If I never get justice, I've got that satisfaction. The world knows what they've done, you know, and I will. I'll get justice in the end, because I'll never give up. I shall never give up. So yeah, we've got a whole individual video on Kevin Brown of Torbay Council and Rhiannon, care support worker. There's already one video there. Wait until you hear the full story on that. You would just be gobsmacked at what they did to me. You would just be horrified. All will be told. So yeah, there is no evidence to suggest that Kevin Brown has acted inappropriately. Really, I think I've just evidenced otherwise. Kevin Brown, okay, hon. You know what I mean? Can you imagine him working with an attractive woman who had the mental age of 3, what he might do? Matt Hancock. Is she, you know, an attractive woman with a guy like that, yeah, sending texts with kisses on, and she just, you know, she wasn't mentally there. What kind of situation is that woman in? Or girl, or, you know, how wrong is that? You can't have that. You just can't have it. It's not right. And that's the kind of thing that does go on. So no, not acceptable. He didn't do that to me, but sending me free kisses says it fucking all, yeah. Inappropriate as it gets, unprofessional as it gets. So Torbay Council investigation, you better get back on the job and do a proper job this time, because I'll provide you with all the evidence, yeah, and the rest of the world at the same time. It's disgusting me to think what could be done to less than intelligent people than myself in a vulnerable position, and that's the truth. Because I've been there when I was a kid, you know what I mean? I've been there, like, so, and no one will listen to you. No one can hear you scream. This video is extremely long, but then again, so is the bullshit bin. Right. So basically, it's just that they absolutely abused me, abused my ever rights, made sure I was made homeless, made sure I had no hope of getting housed, because they said so. Let's see. It's just bitty details, really, on and on and on, of how they scammed me and abused me, which is pretty sad, really, when you think about it, to be in the position I'm in. And they say that I'd given, this was where the big hoo-ha came in. I went, you what? You've been sharing evidence, you've been sharing information on me. And I just kicked off and went, access to data, and how dare you, and who with, and I want meetings behind my back. Not in my, what the fuck is going on? You pulling the chain on me, you're joking me. You know, I worked in very senior governmental positions, and you are messing with me. What are you doing, going behind my back, information sharing? They're going, oh, she gave a verbal agreement. Did I fuck? I would never. I'm qualified in law. I don't sign the simplest piece of paper, put my signature on it without taking a damn good look at it. I did not give permission for them to, but that's what they do. They undermine you. And because I've never been under mental health, even when I was committing suicide after the police fucking damaged me, but beyond it, to the point of suicidal in 2013, I wasn't under mental health. So how fucking dare you trying to mentally undermine me because I'm I'm a victim of abuse from the system since a child. How fucking dare you? I find that an absolute insult when you were my colleagues and I was senior student. You call that, I was behaving grandiose when I said that you queued up for a job at Torbay Council. I was asked, you're still at Torbay Council. I was asked to work for the Home Office. So don't you fucking give me that, okay? I am really not tolerating. And yeah, I swear when I get angry. Do you think I was in them professional positions because I swore fluently? I swear when I've had a fucking enough, okay? I've had a fucking enough. I really have, and you're not getting away with it. I am up against the impossible here, and I'm going to make it possible because everything is possible. So I need to bring this to a conclusion. Thanks to my 50th birthday destroyed. Fuck you. I will party forevermore once I screw you and bring you to justice for all of this. Yeah, just it's on. It's there. It is in black and white. You absolutely fucking abused me beyond it. Yeah. So where's the last bit of it? KB'd in Scouse is KB'd as in fuck off, you've been KB'd. Kevin Brown correctly sought and obtained LM's, Lisa McKevitt's, consent to share information about her which can be corroborated by Care and Support. Care and Support are the biggest abusers involved in the whole business. That I've got a video on them. Yeah? So they're working together to undermine me mentally. That is a basic fact. I've got a video I took from my doctor's surgery before my doctor left in recent months because I knew I had to. I had my body cam on all the time. And I said to her, we discussed this whole matter openly. Everything. Authorities. All of it. What they've done to me, what's gone on, what is going on, matter of fact. They speak with it about all of this openly with me, certain authorities do. And as much respect I have for my doctor, there will come a point when I have to expose it. Now I'll have to expose it for my own protection and to out them, so it will be exposed. But first we'll expose all the ignored police calls and the lies. I've got them recorded. And they give me, they actually give me a police number that doesn't even exist. I made another phone call and found that out at a later date. So, you know, they've really fucked themselves. I'm sorry about the language, but you'd be swearing if you were me, I assure you. So, yeah, they've basically collaborated between, oh my God, Rhiannon Brown. Is that a relative? Kevin Brown and Rhiannon Brown. Now that's something I hadn't noticed before. I'll have to look into that one. So I want it sacked immediately. And I'm going to be putting it all over again. Social media, exactly what went on and exactly what was done. The absolute despicable abuse. So yeah, they basically said that it would have basically been appropriate to get it in writing from me. But they took it verbally. Did they fuck? I never gave them consent for nothing. Incorrect information regarding the outcome was passed by Kevin Brown. However, this was later rectified and apologised for. What that did was absolutely destroy me, forced me into a position to sell everything I owned, to absolute destitution and drastic measures of, you know, just exactly what they wanted, really. So thanks, Kevin Brown, and I had to force an apology out of you, so you can stick that right up your fucking arse, okay, mate? Thanks for the kisses, got you, mate, full on. I want you sacked as well. You should not be in your position. You really shouldn't. You know, you never know who you might be kissing next. Yeah, so really, I'm hoping now I've made this video. Yeah, they say basically, this concludes the council's response to your Torbay Council's response to your complaint. If you remain unhappy, does this face look unhappy? You have the right to refer your complaint to the local government and social ombudsman. Now, I've made complaints to all kinds of James Brokenshire, CJ Dinage, you know, none of these people are replying without absolute forced status, me going onto Twitter, me going onto Facebook, completely confronting them on their own accounts and absolutely demanding a reply from them. I've gone to Torbay, all pals, NHS direct complaints. I have my own medical company, don't you fucking kid me. You know, you are dealing with the wrong person, and do not think, because my doctor was 1,000,000% supportive of me, because she knows what the police done to me. She's seen the state of me on 2 occasions, not one. 4 years apart, on 2 occasions, yeah, what had happened to me. And I've got doctors' letters to say that she didn't see them do it, but she's seen that you just don't go from you know, you're just fine and you're just yourself and so forth, and then you just go, oh, and turn up looking like that one day. You know what I mean? You can fuck right off. I know. She knows what you did to me. She knows what you did to me, and you do it to too many people, so you're not getting away with it anymore. Miss Angry over here is going to be trying to be a little bit nicer. Once I get this uploaded and out there, hopefully I'll be a lot calmer. But on my social media, let me add this. I do not fuck about because of my living situation is unbearable. What I've been through is obscene. It's an extension of my childhood and abuse by the state, and you know, nobody will listen and nobody will believe you. That's a very difficult thing to manage, especially when, you know, as a child I thought, oh, today will be the day that someone will come in and help us, and someone will come in and save us. And now I know as a grandmother that that's just not how it goes, you know, it's just not. But it's a positive thing, because I know what I'm up against, and it puts me in good stead. You know, things happen for a reason, and maybe I was placed in this position for good reason, because there wouldn't be many people who could manage this situation quite as I do. So thank you, people. I'm not a total nutcase, but I do get a bit angry, and I'm hoping that getting these videos made and out there will reduce the absolute devastation of the injustice, and bring me a step forward to justice and everybody else. So Torbay Council, you better get your shit together, get your arse in gear, and stop fucking with me, because I don't accept it. I worked in prisons, I worked senior to the police, and I worked in Torbay Council, asked to, in all positions, and I won Jack and Stem, because you don't fuck with this bitch, and I'm not answerable professionally to anybody anymore, okay? I do what the fuck I want, I say what the fuck I want, and I say how the fuck I want. I don't need to be professional like you do, so watch your fucking selves, okay? I'm not messing about anymore. You fucked with this bitch one step too far, and I don't take no shit. So sort your shit out, because I ain't ever gonna stop. Thank you. I ain't ever gonna stop.